Welcome back to Hiking with me, and I'm Bryan. And today we're walking one of the world's most rewarding routes. We're exploring ancient villages, lost railways, mysterious stones, and end up where all good walks should, back at the pub with a pint and some cheese. So let's get going. As we head out of Long Clawson, we're going to head out on Church Lane, which obviously takes us to the church, and I think we're just coming to the church and we'll do our usual, have a look for the benchmark. I think it's a bit too early to get in, and also it's only about 4:45, so it's only about 5:45, so it's not that late. But we're now coming up to the church. So north up the lane is St Remigius Church, a stone sentinel watching over the village for centuries. It's home to just about to talk about the church bells. Quite handy hearing those bells. That's good, because I was just about to mention this is the home to the 1590 bells. But this place isn't just medieval, it's much older. Long Clawson appears in the Domesday Book as Claxton, and the name may come from Old Norse Clachtern, meaning Klaka farmstead, a Viking legacy. Well, that didn't take long to find. Another benchmark, I think it's probably our 14th. So I found a couple on another walk. It wasn't actually a Trig Walk, but you can't actually go past the church now without looking for a benchmark, can you? God, I tell you what, look at that. Tell you what, when you look at that stained glass window, it looks like the visitors from Aliens, doesn't it? Or Aliens. One of Mary and little baby Jesus. Hidden in Long Clawson, the St Remigius Church holds rare, beautiful, stunning stained glass windows, blended medieval history and modern art. One shows the baptism of the King Clovis, the only one like it in England. Another a vibrant creation scene loved by school kids. Step inside and you're stepping through centuries of colour, faith and storytelling. We've looked at a few churches now, but I've got to admit, this one is definitely up there for basically the stained glass windows, the style, the layout, the history, even perfect timing for seeing the church bells. I'd like to find out a bit more about the font, but obviously I've got no clue about it. If it weren't for the fact I've got to carry it, I'd get myself some of these. These are nice, and all proceeds go towards the upkeep of the church. Very tempted to come back later. Before we leave the village, there's a quiet landmark worth finding. Just off Back Lane, by a hedge near the manor house, stands a Clawson Stone, around 3 feet tall, upright and alone. There's no plaque or sign, it just stands there, older than almost everything around here. Some say it's prehistoric, maybe Bronze Age, others think it might be a Viking boundary marker. Whatever's the truth, it's one of those places that feels older than the word, and it's just waiting quietly to be noticed. So, once leaving here, we're kind of heading down here, and we should come across the dairy, the world-famous dairy. A place famous worldwide for one thing, Stilton cheese. Since 1911, the cheesemakers here at Long Clawson Dairy have crafted one of Britain's finest exports. using digital methods and milk from nearby farms. There's one of just 6 dairies in the UK licensed to make Stilton. Oh, here's the famous Clawson Farm Dairy, master cheese makers since 1912. If you time it right, the dairy shop opens at 9:30 AM on Saturday, so it's well worth a visit if you're passing through. So we're going to come back later on, visit the dairy. Original entrance to the dairy from 1911 to 1986. And an old telephone box, not even made into a library or an defibrillator. At the end, once you've gone past the dairy, you turn left onto Melton Road and you walk down here for a little while, and not made a mind up yet whether you're going to walk all the way down here, but hopefully you should come across a little footpath to the left hand side which will cut off walking on the main road. Well, it's actually a main road. So obviously the Middleton fans aren't going to be there forever, but you've got the public footpath sign. You turn left down here and this cuts out. Wayne will love this. Well, I didn't mention Wayne's with us today. When I say us, me. So head down here. It's a little bit shorter, but it's going to be a lot nicer. We just realised before you get too far, we almost ended in somebody's garden. What a place to live. But there's this path just down there, and you head down here. And across this little brook. So this is a lot nicer than walking along Melton Road, isn't it? Then we come out through some cul-de-sac area, and the path should be, oh there it is, just in front. Can't really see a lot with the sun in my eyes. So this path winds you through the back end of Long Clawson. And we should come across a playing field soon. Then turn right at that junction back there, down, well, we're heading to Sandpit Lane. You head out of Long Clawson, you come to Stile, and now you're probably out into the country. There we are. Stumble across an old graveyard, but it's actually not that old. Although some of the stones look old, don't they? So if we hadn't visited the graveyard, which is just there, we would have came out of there. So this is Sandpit Lane, which is one of the options of going down, but we're going to cut through here and try and work our way around to Mill Lane. So after being walking around King's Road, I didn't know this was actually called King's Road until now. You start going down this warren of alleys, and I've got to check on my map because we've got to, I think, turn right just down here, and when you get down here, turn left, then right again, and that should take us out into the sports ground. I'll probably put this on fast forward. In fact, I've got to learn how to do fast forward. Actually, I could have used hyperlapse, couldn't I? And here's the sports ground. When you get to the creation ground, you'll see a sign that I just showed you about the wildlife and animals that you'll see. There's a little footpath just to the left of that. You follow, go through there, and as you come out through the field, you'll see the windmill again. Once you reach the end of the field, you'll see a little way marker and go through there, and we should be going over another stream in a minute. So we've got a nice little bridge here, nice and shady round here. This little stream is all dried up. Still won't want to cross over there. I'll stick to the bridge. But yeah, that's not seen water for a little while. Oh, there's some water down there. There's the old millstone. And hopefully the mill is up there, I'm hoping. Plenty of millstones laying around here. Ahead, a striking tower appears, the remains of Long Clawson windmill, built in the early 18th century. It once ground grain for the village. The sails and oak cap have gone now, but the tower still stands tall, a solid reminder of the work in the Wolds. But it now looks like it's been converted into a house, and we can't get anywhere near it. As we head south past Mill Farm, the landscape begins to open up, fields stretch wide, and if you're lucky, you might even catch a dart in higher in the crops. Okay, so after following the path, come to this gate and we're now on Waltham Lane. After walking along Waltham Lane for a little while, we'll come to, oh, I don't know whether I saw that one there, a hare just ran over there. But we cross over and head down here. Well, once we've left Waltham Lane, we're crossing this field and it seems to have quite a mixed crop of wildlife flowers. There's a mixture of like your poppies, sunflowers. Obviously, I don't know what I'm talking about, but there's a nice mixture of different flowers around here. I've seen a couple of rabbits. Once you've been over several fields, you'll eventually see Block Hill Farm in the distance. You head towards there, then keeping it to your left-hand side, you'll see a gap in the hedge, which will take you out onto Clawson Lane. When you get onto Clawson Lane, you turn left and you head up there. Luckily, we've only had to walk along here for a couple of minutes. Then, as you can see, to our left, you go down Pastures Lane. But this has been quite a busy road, really, considering in the middle of nowhere. We're doing a bit of geo-wizard now. We're heading to the disused train line, which is just up here. Hopefully, you can get through onto it. And we'll follow it up to, well, see how far we can actually get up to. We've managed to get onto the Bottisford to Melton railway line. It was opened in 1879. This track once linked all the villages around here to the rest of the country. Unfortunately, it's mostly vanished now, but if you look very closely, you'll still see the embankment, side cuttings, but we're going to follow along here, hopefully. Well, I'm not too sure we can get through there. I think Wayne has spotted something a bit easier to follow. I think we'll go up here. Unfortunately, we can't walk along the disused train line because it's impassable. So we can head back to Pastures Lane and follow along there until we can pick up a proper path and get to the Trig Point that way. So after you've been walking along Pastures Lane and past the houses, you'll eventually come to, well, not too sure yet, but this turning on the right-hand side. We turn down here, and this will be a better route than the route that we're going to go along using the disused train line. In fact, you can see the public bridleway sign there. So just come along here. So this is Little Brook, and head straight up here. Not too sure there's any connection here, but that's Station Farm. I wanted the station for the disused train line. So that came along just up here. Been struggling a bit to try and do this route, but I think we're back on the disused train line, hopefully. Don't know how much longer we can actually follow this, but actually it doesn't look too bad. So we're following along here. Wayne's got me going in front just in case there's any spiders' webs. We managed to get back onto the disused train line. We're heading along here. It's a relatively clear path. It looks like the cows have made a nice route for us. But follow here for about 5 minutes, maybe 10. Then we turn right and we hopefully should be heading up to Piper's Hole. Don't know what Piper's Hole is. It's supposed to be like some sort of tunnel or cave or I don't know. There's so many different stories about it. It could be folklore, but I'm going to stop now because I'm not too sure whether we have to go up there. So we've got to... So we've seen a cow wolf up there. It's got his eye on us. I know you can't see it on this camera, but it's definitely got his eye on us. But we've got to cross over there somewhere. Get up there to Piper's Hole. So we get a nice view up here. That's the Vale of Beaver. We started off on the Leicestershire Wolds. And we're near Piper Springs now, which is just over here. Probably won't see anything. Oh well, that didn't quite work out. The route I had planned for going down to Piper's Hole and going along the embankment didn't quite work out. Came to a dead end and a bit of a scary, bit of a dip. Let's call it a deep ditch. So we basically picked up a farmer's farm track. We're now on Waltham Lane, heading over towards Eastwell. We're about 1 mile from the Trig Point. We're going to miss out Eastwell today and then head to Hobie.
Plenty of space.
About to film how busy this road is. I'm going to keep it going because it's going to be busy again in a second. Not the best road to walk along. Lost count how many cars have actually gone by on this road. But we've got to cross over again now after walking along a little grass bank. After we've been walking along the Waltham Road for a while, you come to a crossroads. The signposted hose. So we're going to turn left here and we should be a matter of probably a quarter of a mile away from the Trig Point. So the Trig Point is just down here. Hopefully this road is a lot quieter. And I don't know what side the Trig Point's on. I'm going to say the left-hand side, but you never know. So hose is 4 miles away, but we're going to be cutting across the fields. So now heading down, we came off Waltham Lane. We're now coming down Waltham Road. And the Trig Point is about half a mile down here, hopefully. Oh, that's another Trig Point found. This is the Eastwell Trig Point. Bit hard to get to, but as you can see, the plate's intact. We're going to try and get up there, but not too sure how we're going to get up there. Wayne's gone around the back to see whether they can get up there. I'm going to see if I can actually climb through the brambles. Oh, that's our 32nd Trig Point, S4911. As you can see, you've got the benchmark sign, and I'm going to climb up. Tell you what, it's a nice view. So there's the spider. It's not the best place to come along, so we think Beaver Castle is just over there somewhere. Like I say, there's fantastic views around here. Won't say they're the best, but by far not the worst. So now I've found this one, we're going to head back up there and pick up the Cross Britain Trail. So by my map reading, once you head back up here, you come to LCJM Parker, Hilltop Farm, Eastwell, Leicester. You've got a bridleway there, and this is the Cross Britain Way. So by rights, we should be allowed along here. After walking along Cross Britain Way for a little while, there's a nice little bench you could sit, but we're going to turn off down here in a second. So your Cross Britain Way goes straight over there. We're turning off down here. But yeah. So once you've actually gone around the edge of the field, that the farmer's left a nice little path for you to follow. Oh, there's the path just down there. You then head down Harby Hills. This will eventually take us back onto the dismantled railway that we crossed over ages ago, but obviously further up. So it's just got to wind our way through here. This would be a nice little track to go mountain biking down. I don't know why this is called Harby Hills. It's relatively flat. Oh God, it's fucking attacking me. Don't know why this is called Harby Hills. It's relatively flat. Quick little story. We're just coming down Harby Hills. The views were absolutely gorgeous around there, but I started to feel like a sunburned explorer. Then Wayne turns to me and says, in all seriousness, we're not going to hose. No discussion, just a full, we're not going. I didn't argue. Then Wayne discovered, actually it's quite funny, saw some cows. Wayne walked up to them to say hello, touched the fence, and must have been a 1,000-volt electric shock. It made him jump back. I chuckled to myself, but no worries. Right now, we just need to head to this yellow way marker, and we'll be back on the disused train line. But this time, we're not going to be chasing the adventure. We're just going to head straight back and, like I said, do a geo-wizard. It's nice down here, nice and shady. It looks like the path runs along there, but we're not going to go that way. Like I said, we're going to be doing a geo-wizard and we're going to be heading in a straight line, straight over here. Another fence to climb. God, that was a bit little, that's a bit... God, that was hard to climb over. Shaking all over the place. The soil's cracking up so wide, I'm half expecting to disappear down one of these gaps. It's a bit hard to see in the distance, but just up ahead, that's Long Clawson. I can just make out the windmill to the left, and the church standing proud straight ahead. We're aiming for a straightish line, at least a straight line, as much as we can manage. It's hard when you're sweaty and tired. The heat is relentless, the kind that sticks to your skin and makes every step feel heavier. Things aren't ever straightforward though. We're pushing through this hedge. The thorns keep grabbing at me like they're trying to hold me back. Looking on the map, this used to be a stream, but now it's just dry earth and stubborn branches coming out of the side. I'm trying to come out of the side, but it feels like the hedge is trying to hold me back, but I'm making progress, snag by snag. Wayne managed to struggle up there. So honestly, I'm not too sure whether I'll make it up there as easy as he did. Meanwhile, I'm already getting caught up again in the hedge. Hopefully no damage done to my kit. Hopefully I'll come out unscathed. Still, there's the pub waiting for us at the end, and honestly, the thought keeps us both moving. Just ahead there should be a fence. Once I get over that, that should be Pastor's Lane, the same lane from earlier. But first, Wayne decides this is the perfect moment to film me struggling over the fence. After all, we're both knackered, thirsty and worn out. Might as well get some entertainment out of it. Not for Pastor's Lane. What do we see? A sign, a real one, or at least we're hoping it's a real sign. In this heat, it was giving a full-on desert mirage. Honestly, we're seconds away from writing out our final goodbyes in the dust. But no, it's real. And it gets clearer with every hopeful step. We turn left here, thank goodness, we're finally winding our way back towards Long Clawson. And let's be honest, it's not the village we're desperate for, it's the pub. Once we've turned left, through an easy to climb style, which makes a nice change, we walk through a field that looks like it's been left to do its own thing. The weeds are doing really well around here. Then it's over a little wooden bridge and straight into a tall field of corn. It always feels a little bit odd here. I don't know if it's my imagination or not, but I always imagine children giggling in that lot and the rustle of the corn. It's probably just my imagination. Well, things are getting desperate now. I've actually ran out of water, and all we can both think of is a nice cold refreshing pint when we get back to the pub. We've just got to make our way through the brambles. If it's not the mud in the winter, it's the brambles and the stinging nettles in the summer. Not too sure which I'd sooner have. I bet your legs are scratched up, Wayne. Go through here, and as you can hear, the sound of the road is just down there. I'm hoping this records. And so we're going the back way around through, you know what, I'm that tired I can't even think straight. We're going the back way around Long Clawson. We should be coming out near the little village centre or town centre and get freshened up. Well, that's the end of the walk. It didn't go quite according to plan, because we tried to go along some disused train lines. All that went a little bit pear-shaped, but we're now back at Long Clawson. Unfortunately, we just found out that the pub is closed due to flooding, so we've nipped over to the local shop, got a couple of drinks and that lot. We're sitting in the pub garden and having a nice pint. So hopefully you enjoyed that different walk, but we've still got the Trig Point, and we'll see you again soon. And thank you for watching. Bye.